Back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it today because we are joined by legend and icon, the one and only Miss Jodie Sweetin.
Hi! Oh, wow, legend and icon. I love it. This is fabulous.
I mean, listen, we have to make you feel welcome behind the velvet rope, Jodie. Come on. And listen, I mean, I see you have, your appropriate red sweater on for Christmas.
Yes, I did. I was like, well, if I'm promoting the holiday movie, I must wear red. Although I must admit I'm a holiday purist myself. So we have not decorated for Christmas yet. We're still in Thanksgiving mode. But, I'll make an exception for the movie coming out November 5th. You can watch Christmas movies. That's fine.
I am all for that. Listen, Thanksgiving is a great holiday. Let's just take a minute, guys,
it's still
right?
fall mode. I'm still having the pumpkins in that moment. So we'll get there. We'll get there.
But you're very humble because it's really not one Christmas movie, it's two Christmas movies. We just had A Cozy Christmas In, and that Hallmark and Peacock they're making a partnership that is now going to be streaming as well on November 16th through the 18th. It's premiering, so we have that.
And we just did that, and then Lifetime I'm really excited about too.
I'm excited about Lifetime, November 5th, Merry Swissmas. So talk to me. I mean, I just knowing how the industry works, like these movies, I assume are films like July, August, June. So,
well, funny, actually, both of these movies were filmed in places where we didn't need fake snow. We wound up getting real snow. A Cozy Christmas Inn, which was on Hallmark last week, was actually filmed in Utah last December, a beautiful little town in Utah. And then we filmed Merry Swissmas in Montreal, a little bit north of Montreal, in February. So both of them were very cold locations, which I am totally okay with. I'd rather actually be cold than under layers of clothing and sweating and dying.
Totally. I mean, what's the best thing about making a Christmas movie? I mean, look at who doesn't love Christmas, right?
I mean, the holidays, I think, are a time it just feels warm and cozy and candlelit. And that's what these movies are about, right? They're about familiarity. They're about comfort. They're about knowing that there's probably going to be a happy ending. But when we're doing these Christmas movies, first of all, I love the people I work with. I've been really fortunate to have some amazing co-stars. David O'Donnell in A Cozy Christmas Inn, and Tim Rozon, which a lot of people might recognize him from Schitt's Creek as well. He was Mutt in Schitt's Creek. But I'm really fortunate I get to work with some wonderful people. But I will say that the holiday baking is usually a highlight because there's always some sort of a gingerbread scene or a baking scene or something. And I do like the snacks. So
do you have a favorite go-to Christmas snack or treat that you love?
Actually, yes, I do. And it is something that my mom has always called peanut candy, but it's not, it's more like a fudge almost. It's basically chocolate chips, butterscotch chips, marshmallows, and peanuts, and you mix it, and peanut butter, and you mix it all together and let it melt, and then you put it in a tray and let it harden to like a something that you can cut. So it's like butterscotchy, chocolatey, marshmallow, peanutty goodness. And it's amazing. And my mom makes it at the holidays. And so when I taste that, I'm like, oh, now it's Christmas. Now it's the holidays. We can do it.
That's do you have a favorite Christmas movie? I mean, other than these wonderful two movies, which you have, I mean, but the classics.
I do.
You do.
Oh my God. My two favorite Christmas movies. They're not classics necessarily. Well, they are. They're amazing. Number one in my book is A Muppet Christmas Carol. I love it. I'm obsessed with the Muppets. It's ridiculous. I know. I love that movie. I watch it at least once every year. My kids are now old enough that they just roll their eyes at me and they're like, whatever. But I insist on watching The Muppet Christmas Carol, even if it's by myself. And secondly, I really love Elf. That's another favorite Christmas movie of mine.
What about a favorite Christmas song?
Favorite Christmas song. You know what? I really love the Harry Connick Jr. Christmas album. I don't know if I could pick a favorite song on there. There's several. But I love that album. It's And Silent Night is also any version of Silent Night. I think it's just beautiful. I love that song.
That's a good one. See, for me, it's Do They Know It's Christmas by Band Aid. Now I'm showing my age, but like that just
Right, there you go. There you go.
well,
Or
speaking,
Wham, is it Wham, right?
yeah,
Yeah, Last Christmas. I mean, come on.
that's a good one.
Yep.
That's a good one too. Well, listen, speaking of the 80s, see how I'm transitioning here?
I love it. I love it.
Look, you've been in the business for like 3 decades, well, I mean, like not in a
Yeah.
bad way. You
No,
started,
it's not. Oh no, yeah, but it's been, pretty continuously for like 35 years, 36 years.
I mean, do you remember like when you were a child on Fuller House? On Full House, like how would you say, how would you sum up that time? Because you were so young.
Oh man, I had a really wonderful experience growing up in this business. I'm really fortunate. Not everyone does, but I did. I was surrounded by not only a cast of people that genuinely loved each other, but our crew as well. So I grew up in this really wonderful extended family, warm environment, and I was really, really happy. And it was lots of laughter and joy and becoming a family with these people. So it was really, really fun as a kid. Really
Do,
fun.
do you have like just a favorite like memory or just like one story from filming that sticks out? I mean, I'm sure you have numerous and you've told numerous.
I remember, it was always fun when we would go on location, which we didn't do often because taking a show out of the stage and shooting on location is a nightmare. A sitcom has its little machine and you take it out and it's a mess. But when we went to Walt Disney World for like 2 weeks, and we went to San Francisco, I think, for a week and shot. And I'll never forget, we were driving to a restaurant like across the Golden Gate Bridge, and we were in some 15-person passenger van, all of it, like the whole cast. We were on our way to some nice dinner across the bay. And we're in the car, and Dave is like sitting up kind of in one of the front rows and just starts yelling out of the car. He's like, "Oh my God, it's the entire cast of Full House." Like, it was just like, oh my God, like joking around, but it was really funny. And we, here we are all as a family that, driving across the Golden Gate Bridge together, but it wasn't in a cool, like red convertible. It was a 15-person passenger van. So,
It's like life imitating art.
Exactly.
What about like, was there a favorite like storyline or something that you did like as Stephanie Tanner, like just that stuck out to you as like, oh, I'm glad we're going down this road or dealing with this? Or
Well, one thing I'm actually really proud of with Fuller House was, and we got a really great response, was from Steph's infertility and pregnancy journey, and having Kimmy be her surrogate and watching that unfold. It was, I think, a really important storyline, and I'm so glad that we talked about it. So many women reached out and said how nice it was to see that represented on a show and talked about. So yeah, I was really, really proud of that. And I was always proud. I think Stephanie always, Steph spoke her mind, and I was always proud of her little spunk and attitude.
what about the opposite? Like, was there anything, like